How's it going, guys? I'm that socially awkward gamer you probably forgot existed, otherwise known as PattyJack. Today I would like to talk about the potential leaked Project Greenheart that could potentially be the next Elder Scrolls 6 game. And this is kind of a continuation of the video I made a few days ago where I talked about where I think the most likely settings are for the next Elder Scrolls game. So if you want to go check it out, you can. And this is also kind of a reply video, pseudo, not quite, but kind of reply to Roshank Redemption's recent video on the possibility of Elder Scrolls 6 being set in Valenwood. And this, of course, being in reference to the 2014 leaked document of Bethesda's E3 conference that mentions a project by the name of Project Greenheart. And if this were to be an Elder Scrolls game, there's no doubt it would most likely, out of any scenario, be set in Valenwood, because Greenheart just sounds like a very foresty area in general. So I don't really know what else they would call it. So I just wanted to give my thoughts about it as well. And if you want to go check out Roshank's video, go do it. Absolutely. And it's a very well-made video, and I highly recommend you do it. And so I just want to talk about why I think that this is potentially a bit of a leak, and it could be legit, but at the same time, I'm very skeptical about it for a few reasons, and these reasons might be a little bit nitpicky, but bear with me. I think they do hold a little bit of water when you think about them like with common sense, right? And the first thing I just want to mention here is that we don't know what Project Greenheart is at all. Like, that could be absolutely anything. It doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with the Elder Scrolls or the main series. It could have at one point been the code name for the Elder Scrolls card game, for all we know. Or it could be a DLC perhaps, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. So while I do think it's kind of likely that Project Greenheart has something to do with the Elder Scrolls franchise, I don't know if it necessarily means that the next game is, yes, going to be set in Valenwood. And now let's just look at the most nitpicky reason you're ever going to hear, but I swear you need to please listen to it, and it kind of makes sense. Just hear me out, okay? So let's actually look at the photo and look at the list, right? So it goes Fallout, Fallout 4, and then Fallout Nuka World. When we look at that as a series, they're not supposed to talk about these certain things, and they list it off as the entire game series, and then Fallout 4 specifically, and then what looks like a DLC for Fallout 4 that has actually had a bit of code found in the game right now, so it seems that Nuka World is going to, in fact, be a DLC for Fallout 4. So if you take the logic where they named the series, the game, and then DLC for the game, and apply it to the bottom portion of that list as well, then it gives us a bit of a different story. If we apply that logic, it goes Elder Scrolls as a series, Elder Scrolls 6 as an entire game, and then Project Greenheart. And that fits into the spot where it could possibly be a DLC. So based on this absolutely nitpicky and opinion-y assumption, what I believe is that the Elder Scrolls 6 will not be set in Valenwood. However, there will be a DLC that is based around the Wood Elves in some capacity. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's very exciting to me because honestly, the Wood Elves have never really had a huge role in the Elder Scrolls games as of yet, and we know very little about their culture in the main games themselves. So I'd be really excited to see any of that culture kind of brought to life because it is very interesting. And the final point I'd like to make before we end it off here is that we don't actually know if Project Greenheart even still exists right now. And that might sound very crazy and presumptuous, but big developers have games that go through development processes and sometimes even become nearly finished before they're even announced. And then they can be canceled or abandoned, as we saw with games like Star Wars Battlefront 3 or Blizzard's Project Titan as well. So there's no guarantee that Project Greenheart even exists right now. However, if it does, I do believe that it will have some bearing towards the Elder Scrolls series, but I'm not convinced it's going to be a main game. What do you think, though? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Just be respectful to everyone, and again, go check out Roshank's video. He covers this stuff a lot more than I do, so yeah. I am PattyJack. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a like. I'll see you guys next time.